The notion that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a concept rooted in a blend of religious and environmental ideologies. This perspective, though not widely accepted in the scientific community, represents a unique intersection of theological beliefs and ecological concerns. Proponents of this view often argue that the forces driving global warming are not merely natural or human-induced, as commonly understood, but are instead part of a larger, spiritual struggle between good and evil. At the core of this argument is the belief that Satan, or the embodiment of evil, seeks to destroy God's creation, including the earth and its inhabitants, as an act of defiance against God. By promoting and exacerbating global warming, Satan is seen as aiming to undermine the very foundations of life on earth, which is considered a sacred trust given to humanity by God. This perspective is grounded in interpretations of biblical texts that describe Satan as a destroyer and deceiver, who seeks to lead humanity away from God's path. Furthermore, the idea that global warming is a satanic mission is closely tied to beliefs about the end times and the apocalypse. Some interpretations of Christian eschatology suggest that before the second coming of Christ, the world will face numerous challenges and catastrophes, including environmental disasters. From this viewpoint, global warming can be seen as one of these signs, a manifestation of evil's influence over the world. It is perceived as a test of faith for believers who are called to uphold their values and trust in God's plan despite the challenges posed by environmental degradation. The role of humanity in this narrative is complex. While some see humans as emitting pawns in Satan's plan, exploited through their greed, ignorance, and sinful ways, others believe that humans have a critical role to play in mitigating global warming. This perspective calls on Christians to care for the earth as part of their stewardship, recognizing that the planet is God's creation and that its destruction is contrary to God's will. In this sense, combating global warming is not just an environmental issue, but a moral and spiritual one, requiring individuals to live in accordance with biblical principles of justice, compassion, and responsibility. Critiques of this viewpoint argue that it oversimplifies the complex causes of global warming, which are well documented by scientific research to be primarily anthropogenic, resulting from human activities such as the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. They contend that attributing global warming to a satanic mission distracts from the urgent need for collective action based on scientific evidence and policy changes. Moreover, this perspective can alienate those who do not share the same religious beliefs, potentially fragmenting the global response to climate change. Despite these criticisms, for those who believe that global warming is part of a larger spiritual struggle, the call to action is clear. It involves not only reducing carbon footprints and advocating for environmental policies, but also spreading a message of hope, redemption, and the importance of living according to divine principles. This narrative underscores the interconnectedness of all creation and the responsibility of humans as caretakers of the earth, emphasizing that the fight against global warming is, at its heart, a battle for the soul of humanity. In conclusion, the notion that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus reflects a deeply held belief in the spiritual dimensions of environmental degradation. While it may not align with the scientific consensus on global warming, it represents a powerful call to action for those who share this faith perspective. By combining theological insights with environmental awareness, this viewpoint encourages a holistic approach to addressing global warming, one that integrates spiritual values with practical actions to protect God's creation.